Morning. How are you? Shannon with Pick and Boost Vintage, and today we are going to be having some fun and creating a Valentine's Day project. As you see in front of me, I have just an old frame. You see it's all scratched up, but we're going to take this and make it into something beautiful. So, first of all, I have the new paint by Dixie Belle, Silk. Today we're going to be painting in the Endless Shore. And then we are going to have some fun with the IOD. These are the Harper. They have these ones, and they also have these ones, which are the Victoria. But we're going to use these ones today. So let's get started, because the frame, I'm guessing, is going to probably take 2 coats. So I'm going to paint 1 coat on, and then while that's drying, I'm going to show you how to use the IOD Moulds and the Air Dry Clay. Okay, so I'm just using my regular Dixie Belle mini brush. And I'm going to just go ahead and start putting it on my frame. I've already prepped my frame. I gave it a little cleaning with the White Lightning Cleaner by Dixie Belle. You can see how nice and smooth it goes on. Different than the Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral Paint. I'm sure you've heard all about it by now from all different Dixie Belle reps around, or from maybe the company itself, but the paint is amazing. This goes on super easy. Some of the major differences between the Silk and the Chalk Mineral Paint is when you start with the Silk paint, you want to use a dry brush. You don't want to start with a damp brush like you do with the Chalk Mineral Paint. The Silk is also water-based, which is nice. What makes it really different is it has a built-in stain blocker. And then, of course, it has the paint, the pigment. And then it also has a built-in sealer, which is really nice. It's huge. It's equivalent to, let's say, 1 coat of gator hide on a product, on your project. So it's perfect for outdoors or kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets, because it is water resistant, grease resistant, and mildew resistant. Sound like a commercial. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to get 1 nice layer on here. I will probably be distressing it just on the edges, just to give it a little bit of depth. Okay, so while this is drying, I want to show you how fun these are. Look, it has all the alphabet, and then it has numbers and your exclamation point, the question mark, parentheses, all of the punctuation. Now, when you do this, it works better. Let me just set this aside so it can dry a little. I might have to use my heat gun, but we'll see. So when you do this, here's the Harper mold. I always use cornstarch. You can use baby powder, but I just use this. What it does is you put a little bit in your mold, and it makes it pop out a lot easier, because these are, if you look, they're really small, skinny, and intricate. So you want them to pop out as much as possible. Okay, so we're doing a Valentine's Day theme. So I'm going to do the words, all you need is love. So I'm going to start with my A, just give it a light coating, and then L. I'm going to have to make several L's. All, and then I'm just going to do a couple letters at a time, just for time's sake. U, and then these IOD molds are really easy to work with, and the new version has a little lip on them now. So when you're putting the clay on, here, let me show you right here. It just comes, it makes it easy to define the edge of your mold. So here is the IOD Air Clay. And you just simply take some out of the package, squish it around. I wish I could zoom in on this. I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to take a wad of it and I'm going to put it over the A. I simply just push it in with my thumb. And then I just roll over it. And it's when you're doing this with that lip, it naturally gives you a nice edge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my L. Pushing it in there. And these letters do not take a lot of the clay. There's the L. Move over to the Y. Okay. See how easy it goes in? You just push it in, drag your finger across, and it makes the letter the perfect form. Look at that. Okay, so now we just pop them out. So we just turn it over, give it a little push on the back, and lightly just pull. Come on. And there is my A. Cute. Here is the L. I'm going to have to make another L. My O. Oh, I forgot to do the Y. Let me do the U real quick. Ideally, you want to put these on your project while they're still wet, so they're pliable, so they'll mold to the piece that you're going to be putting them on. So I need to check the paint and make sure it's dry. All U. A couple more letters here. Need another L. And then love. If the sun was shining, I could put the frame out in the sun, but here in Florida, we got a little bit of a cold snap for us. Not quite as cold as it is up for the people that are up north and getting all that snow. Whew. So pushing the clay in. Go to the E. And again, the lips on the edge of the new molds are just makes the definition of your whatever shape you're doing so much easier to work with. Because all you have to do is drag your finger and it automatically cuts off the clay where the design ends. Do another L. Whoops. Pop these out real quick. There's my all U. Oh, love. I'm trying to do these little letters a little fast just because I want them to still be wet, or not wet, but yeah, not dry when I glue them on. A few more letters. Need the N, another E, the D, another L, and then I'll have to make another E because there's only one E on here, but it's so easy. You just stick it in, drag right along the lip. So you can do these letters on so many different projects. It is unbelievable. I sat here this morning and I had a list of things that I could make, but I just thought this would be really cute for Valentine's Day. Now I'm putting it on a frame. You can obviously put it on whatever you want. You can make a chalkboard. You could just put it on a chippy piece of wood. You can put it on whatever you want. You can put it on a window. All right. Flip these out. Oops, I just broke the E. That was bound to happen. I'm going a little fast. May not have got enough cornstarch in there. Here's my D. And sometimes when they come out, they can be, see how he's kind of crooked? It's okay. You can just reform him. You'll definitely reform them when you put the glue on and stick it where you're sticking it. Okay. There we are. Now I just need 2 E's and then we can move on. The air dry clay is super soft. Really easy to work with. Okay, I'm going to make sure I get a lot of this cornstarch in here in the E. The E is really thin up in here, so that's exactly where I broke it. And I still could have used it because you can still, when you put it on, you can just glue it together, but I just wanted to do a nice clean edge one. Dragging my finger. Pop this guy out. I'm going to start on the fatter side rather than the skinnier side this time, so I can really get a hold of it and just lift ever so lightly. There we go. And then one more. Cornstarch. All right. Pop this guy out. Yay. Okay. They kind of look like a hot mess right now, but they will be fixed once I get them glued on. I'm going to put this out of the way. Make room to bring my frame back up. Clean up some of this. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, so it's still a little bit wet, but I'm going to just quickly dry the areas where I'm going to put the letters. Last time I used this air gun, I gave myself a nice, whoops. There we go. See it? There's a scar there from it. That hurt. I was putting the would you bend on a dresser in a live video, and that really hurt. Janice, I know. I just don't know how to do that. Next time I do a video, I'll make sure that it's zoomed in before. I'm sorry. I'll do one more letter, and I'll hold it up so you can see better. Okay, so where I'm going to be putting the letters is dry, so we're going to move on. So I just have regular old wood glue, Tight Bond, and a little brush, or you can use your finger, whatever you feel most comfortable. The letters are very fragile. Let me see, I'll hold this up. Can you see that? And I'm just going to kind of brush some glue on there. Okay, I think I'm going to use my finger instead. There we go. You can see my finger. I'm a little bit messy from the clay. So, and I just take it and I'm going to put it right here on my frame. See that? Now, if I was a perfectionist, I would have measured and made little marks so I knew exactly where to put them, but I'm more of an eyeballer. Do whatever you feel most comfortable. I know I'm making some people cringe right now. And it's okay if you get a little bit too much glue because the glue will dry clear for sure. And we're going to paint over this anyway. So there we go. It's kind of hard to, it kind of blends in because it's basically the same color, but there's the other L. I picked really easy words so I couldn't misspell anything. Just kidding. Okay, all. Now let's start with the Y. So I'm sure you guys have all heard of Roycycled Treasures decoupage paper. If you haven't, you got to check them out. They are awesome. They come in a lot of different designs, and her new releases have just released, and mine are ordered and should be here hopefully within a week. But they're having a marathon on February, I think it's like the 6th through the 11th or something like that. But there's going to be different people on her page showcasing the new papers and doing projects. And I'm going to be one of them. Yay! I'm excited to go on there and do a project. I'm hoping my papers get here in time before I have to go live, because what I want to do is when what paper is, it's just really bright and beautiful. I can't wait to use it. So hopefully I'll have it. I go on the 11th at 5 o'clock. It's a Thursday night. So, okay, so here. And because I'm using my fingers, put the glue on, my fingers are becoming a little sticky. So the letters are sticking just a little bit. Okay, getting closer. If you're watching this on the replay, you're lucky because you can just zoom zoom on past this part. All right. There we go, getting closer. All you need. Oh, I knew I was going to mess up. Anybody catch what I forgot? Jeez. That's all right. We're going to get these on, and then I'll add that while these are drying. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, boy. I'm sure some of you did catch it and just laughing at home. She forgot is. I'll put this down here. Now, I just split the, oh, can you see that? Let me go to this camera here. But that's okay, because once I put the glue on it and I stick it on the frame and put it where it's going to go, there'll be no way to tell, because I'm just going to put it on so perfect you won't even see it. There we go. You really want to make sure you get the glue evenly across your letters, because you don't want them to come off. And the E. All right, so I have to go. Oh no, my screen is having a trouble connecting to the internet. So hopefully you'll come back. And I need to put the is on here. I guess there's a problem with my internet. So hopefully, maybe you can still hear me. I don't know. So here is, I'm going to put the cornstarch in the I, and then in the S for is. I have good internet and I pay my bills, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm just going to put the clay in the I, since I forgot is, and then the S. I wonder how many of you caught that at home that I forgot that. Thank you, Judy. Okay, so I'm going to pop out the I and the little dot. Oh, it's so cute. And then the S. This looks a little fragile, so I'm going to go a little bit slower. Whew. All right, so let's glue these two on. and the little dot for the eye. And finally, my my poor S. He's a little frail, but okay. Let's put him on. Okay, so let's get him on S. Now, the glue is still, it's not dry yet, so I can manipulate the letters kind of wherever I want to still. So if I need to move a letter up, move a letter down, or move placement, I do want to add one thing because there is this one here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different hearts, and I just want to go ahead and add a heart here because I think it'd be cute. So I'm going to pick this guy right here and brush in. Oh, is that the glue one? Whoops. I just used a glue brush. Okay, so there is the cornstarch in the heart. And I'm going to stick the clay in. Again, these molds, these ones have the lip too. This is one of the newer ones. So I'm just going to go around the edge, make sure I get a nice clean edge on my heart. My fingers still have a little bit of glue on them, so they're a little bit sticky. Okay, pop this guy out. See my heart. Okay, let's try this on. My glue brush has a little bit of cornstarch mixed in, but that's okay. That's use my finger. Okay, so we're going to put this heart right here, just to. And the frame has a little bit of a curve to it, so that's one reason why you want to put the molds on while they're still wet, because they will adapt to the pitch or the curve of what you're working on. So really quick, I want to just dry the letters because I'm going to put one coat of paint on, and I don't want them to move when I'm painting. So I'm just going to help the glue dry just a little bit. Ooh. Now, this is an old wooden frame. I don't have a piece of glass for it. I can get one cut and then put a picture of my family in here and give it to my husband for Valentine's Day. I can have a piece of wood cut and make it a chalkboard. Or I can simply hang this on the wall and just use a, burlap and hang down a picture from it, or tack it to the wall. There's all different things that you can do with it. We do carry these molds in the shop, or you can find them at your local IOD distributor or online. Most people sell them online. But you can make all kinds of fun projects with these. Whew. The heat is cracking my heart. I don't have a broken heart. All right. There we go. So I'm going to get back out my paint, and I'm going to put a little bit more paint on here because I want to cover the clay with the paint. And the frame does need 2 coats real quick. I'm not going to do it perfect because I am going to lightly distress it. I'm going to be a little gentle when I go over the letters, just in case they're not 100% glued right now. Generally, you want to wait a little longer, but we are live on video, and I don't think you want to wait for it to dry 100%. Especially the heart. He's going to take a little bit longer. But I just want to show you what I'm going to do with the letters that are going to make them pop off this frame. Right now, they're blending, and they don't really stick out, but they will. I'm going to be using one of the new Dixie Belle products. It's actually just a product that has been reformulated. They've always had it, but it's just changed just a little bit. Okay. Here comes all these letters. all. And all I'm simply doing is just pouncing my brush up and down because I want the letters to stay where they are, and I want to be able to get in there. If I go back and forth, I'm afraid they might move a little bit, so I'm just pouncing in there real quick. And then I'm going to brush ever so lightly just around them without disturbing them. Obviously, because this is the live, I'm going a little bit faster than I normally would, but it still is looking beautiful. And if you notice, I didn't paint the sides of the frame. I will, but that will be done off camera. It doesn't need to be done right here. All right, so now I'm just going to lightly dry just the letters, the paint, because I want to show you what I'm going to do. So let me get that. You can use a hair dryer. You can use a heat gun. I like the heat gun just because it's not quite as noisy as a hair dryer. But you just have to be careful that you don't burn yourself. All right. So now this is the fun part, but I need to use my fingertip, and it's kind of crusty right now. So let me just clean that off. Sorry. But get some water. What do you guys think? If you were going to be using the letters, what would you put it on? Any ideas? Any suggestions? Anybody want to share? Okay, we're in business. It's clean. So we're going to be using the gilding wax. Oops, get back over here. The gilding wax. This is awesome. It's by Dixie Belle, and there are 6 shades, and I'm choosing gold today. Look at that, how pretty that is. You can apply with a brush, a sponge, your finger. I like to use my finger because I like to be in control. I feel like I have more control with my finger than a brush. So all I'm going to do is get a little bit on my finger, and I'm going to lightly rub it on the letters. See how that pops now? I love it. Now the gilding wax is oil-based. Has a little bit of an odor, but nothing bad. Look how cute that is coming out. What do you think? Now, I didn't go with the traditional, Valentine's Day colors, pink and red. I figured that whatever goes in the frame will be pink or red, and this just kind of will match with everything. Some of the other colors that the gilding wax comes in is black, zinc, copper, gold, silver, and I feel like I'm forgetting one because there's a total of 6. Gold. And they also have gilding wax in chameleon. And chameleon is exactly because of what it says. Chameleon, it changes colors based on what is underneath. There's lilac, cactus, and apricot, and they're beautiful. I showed them once on a video I did. Oh, and if you ever miss a video, you want to catch up, I have a YouTube channel. I upload all my videos. Well, the good ones anyway. I upload them to YouTube, so you can always catch them there. So, almost done with the gilding. But you see how nice and smooth it goes on? With your finger, yes, you can use a brush, but I have more control with my finger. Let me do the heart. That's gorgeous. Now with this frame, when I'm done, I can choose to lightly distress it and then add some gold gilding so it blends. There's nothing I can do right now because it's still wet, but I will post pictures on the Facebook page here when it's all done. So probably like tomorrow. I'm just going to go back and make sure. Get a nice coverage on here. My A is squished a little bit right there. So I do need to use a brush here because my finger won't get into that little area without it touching the frame. So I'm just going to use my brush, get in there just so it looks more like an A than a, there we go. Yay. All right, guys. So what do you think? Let me just show you. I'm going to put just a little bit on the edge just so you can see because some of this is dry. So just taking it with my finger. It's not meant to be perfect. You just rub it right along the edge. It's kind of, I'm looking at the screen. It's kind of hard to see because it blends in with the paper. But again, like I said, I will be posting pictures when I get it all finished. I do want to do a little distressing, add some more gilding wax to certain areas. Okay, finishing up here. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm gonna hold it up. I know you can see it the other way, but I'm going to hold it up this way just so you get a different perspective. And you can see it better. See, all you need is, where's my love? There's my love. All you need is love. Now, who wouldn't like to receive a nice homemade gift like this? Well, I want to thank you for watching me and joining me on this project. I will begin here next Tuesday. And I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing something fun. If you have any suggestions or any product you want to see, let me know. Hopefully by next Tuesday, I will have all the new Recycled Treasure decoupage paper, and maybe I'll do a project with those. Okay, so anyway, again, thank you for watching. And if you have a friend that may be interested in this, please share. There's nothing greater than helping a small business by sharing because it helps it helps build my social media profile and the likes. I appreciate it. You guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.